Hey friends, welcome to the Johnson City Living Podcast, where we learn about the people, places, events, and flavors that make Johnson City just a lovely place to live. I'm your host, Colin Johnson, with the Colin and Carly Group and Keller Williams Realty. If you're interested in buying or selling a home in the area, or if you're looking at investing in a rental property, give us a call at 423-930-8003, and we will look forward to helping you. Now, let's get to today's episode. Today we're joined by the incredible Karen Hubbs, longtime friend. She runs an organization called the Goose Chase. And welcome to coming on the podcast.
Oh,
I think it's been too long. I was like, why haven't we had you sooner?
well, I thought the same thing, but everything happens for a reason.
It
so I'm here
does.
on this day for certain.
Today is the perfect time to talk about the Goose Chase. First of all, Johnson City Living Podcast, we always ask everybody, what do they love most about Johnson City? So what's your favorite thing? And you can't say people or mountains.
That's what I was going to say.
I know. That's because everybody says it. So I'm coming up with something different.
Favorite
Because
thing.
we could say the third favorite thing besides the people and mountains.
Does community fall under people?
You could use that, I guess. I mean, it's pretty people heavy.
Yeah.
So
It's nice because, if you need something, you know who to call.
it's like
It's not like a big city you got to figure out.
we have
things.
just a spirit of
Everybody's
loving and taking care of
interconnected.
each other.
Yeah.
We're connected. We care about each other. Yeah. So community.
Yeah.
I love it. All right. That works. All right. So the Goose Chase.
Yeah.
I haven't seen you chasing a goose. Don't know what this is about. No, we know it's an organization. I've got a high level view of it, but how did it get started? And then tell our listeners what it's all about.
Well, I have a sports background. And so many years ago, I know I looked very young.
Yeah. I thought you were still in your 20s.
Exactly.
Are you not?
Yeah, no.
Oh, okay.
But thank you for
Okay.
your kindness. Anyway, I was hired to bring sports to Johnson City through the Chamber of Commerce and the Convention and Visitors Bureau at the time. Now it's Visit Johnson City.
Okay.
And I was the original sports marketing manager for the
Oh, wow.
Johnson City Chamber of Commerce.
Yeah.
And so when I got that job, I was like, what in the world am I doing? And so I had to figure it all out. And basically we created it from ground up. And my whole goal was to recruit things to Johnson City sports related,
Sure.
which brought economic development. And we were able, during the time I was there, of course, it's just not me. It was Brenda and
Are
the
you
whole
and your team responsible for all the softball stuff we got going on?
I did bring some softball events here.
Dude, that is huge.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
But we were able to save each household like $400 or $500 in taxes just based off of the tourism that our group was bringing in, just through motorcycles, sports, conventions, tour groups, all the things. And we hosted a bunch of softball, baseball tournaments, national tournaments.
Yeah.
Then we hosted 10 of the NAI Indoor Track and Field National Championships. We had that for 10 years.
Yep. I
And
remember that.
also, speaking of softball, we hosted the Bound for Beijing Tour, which was the Olympic softball team. We brought them here to Johnson City, and we hosted it at the time it's Cardinal Park. Now it's TVA Credit Union,
Right.
Doughboy Stadium, whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, we brought them there, and Jenny Finch and all these really mega celebrities in the softball world were there. And we had the second largest crowd in the whole series. We were right beneath Oklahoma City, which is the headquarters.
Sure.
And we brought in bleachers to Cardinal Park, and it was pretty cool. We had 3,000 or 4,000 people there.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so it was free. It was good. They played Milligan College of all things.
Oh, wow.
The Olympic team did.
Hopefully Milligan didn't beat them.
No, they did. No, they did, but they got really close.
Oh, wow. Let's keep it interesting. Go Buffaloes.
Yeah. So anyway, I did that for 15 years. And while I was there, we created the Bluegrass Half Marathon.
Yes.
And it was me and
Randy Almonds were involved in that, or no?
no, but Steve Pastoric from FieldRx was involved, and Linwood Wagner, his name's Oscar, we call him, and Brenda, and a bunch of us got together, created this Bluegrass Half Marathon. I fell in love with it. I was like, this is so cool. It's like throwing a party for people that run.
Right.
And so did that for about 3 years, and just through a series of events that would be another podcast for another day. But Bluegrass sort of spun off. But while I was there, that's what I fell in love with. And I was really intrigued with entrepreneurship. So I started reading books about how Tom's Shoes came to existence and the Giving Water. So I wanted to create something. I wanted to do something that gave back.
Yeah.
And so this is a little bit offhand, but not offhand, but a friend of mine in high school had a child that had a weird form of dwarfism. And I was reading that book about Tom's Shoes, and she was like putting everything on Facebook about everything that was going on in the family, and he was not expected to live. And so I just reached out to him. I said, "Hey, I don't know what I'm doing, but what if I create a T-shirt for you all and we sell it online and try to raise you some money?" Well, they finally said yes, and so we were trying to figure out the artwork, and so we created the child as a superhero. And the father, Terry Adcock, was really persistent about making sure that his child was on a wall. And I was like, that was the weirdest thing. But then through conversation, I realized it came from a a sermon from one of their favorite pastors from the book of Nehemiah. And it was talking about the Israelites trying to save the wall, protect the wall. And so anyway, so I knew that we had to include something from Nehemiah, in this whole artwork.
Oh,
and so I was reading the Bible, and
amazing
it was
story.
like, I don't know if you've ever had this experience before. It's like everything I was reading was blurry except for one line, and it was Nehemiah 4:20. Our God will fight for us. And so I was like, Terry, we need to put this on it. And so they used it as their mantra, and Staying on the Wall was also their family mantra. And so I literally stepped at 3:30 in the morning putting this website together through Shopify. I never knew what I was doing, but I went to bed at 4, and by 4 o'clock we already had sales coming in. It was the craziest experience of my life. We'd get shirts in, and I'd have friends over, and we'd pack them up and send them out all over the United States. And it was just really cool experience. And so them, those Live Strong wristbands.
Yes.
I thought we need to do those.
Yeah.
For this sale. And so I ordered like 500 of them. Well, as soon as I ordered them, push send, matter of hours later, the child dies. And so I was like, what in the world? Why did I spend that much money on these wristbands? I was a little disappointed, and maybe a little bit of like this woe is me kind of syndrome. And anyway, I had that quiet voice in my head that said, well, it's not for you, it's for the funeral. I was like, well, God, UPS saying it's not going to be here till after he's already gone. And you know how these stories go. I literally was walking out the door, and here comes UPS with 500 of these wristbands. And so the family was able to hand those out at the funeral. People were coming in their T-shirts to the funeral. They ended up putting the image on the tombstone. I mean, it was like the most incredible experience of my life. And I called my dad. I was like, Dad, I don't know what's going on in my world, but I never felt so blessed. And so I knew I was on the right path of doing something like that. And Michael Marion, as you know, Michael Marion, he reached out to me. He said, Karen, what about putting on a marathon? I said, well, I don't know about a marathon, but sure. Well, at the time, I could not do anything that was sports. There would be a conflict in the sports world and stay at the chamber if I was going to do it on my own.
Right.
So I had to make a decision. And, if you've done a half marathon, the next goal is a marathon. And so I don't know. And I was reading the book, The Circle Maker. I forgot that. That's key to this whole story.
Yes.
Key to the whole story. So I was reading the book Circle Maker about dreaming big dreams and praying big prayers, and all this stuff was happening.
Were you
at the
doing
exact
prayer
same
walks
time.
kind of thing?
Yeah. It was a crazy experience. And was able to meet Mark Batterson and tell my testimony, which is also a cool story. But anyway, so when he asked me that, I had to make a decision. It was just like that. My heart was just beating out my chest, And I said, okay, I'll do it. And so I went into the office of the chairman or CEO of the chamber. I said, this is going to be my last softball national championship for you all. I'm going to start my own business. He probably thought I was crazy. I thought I was crazy, but I felt like that was what I needed to do, know? And so I left in August of 2013. We did a marathon for Michael. It's called the Mentoring Marathon. We started at Wingdale Park, went to BMS, and then came back. And then also during the conception of the turkey trot, I was always a volunteer of that. And so once I started my business, they reached out to me and said, hey, would you manage it? So I've been the managing partner for 10 plus years. And then the Bluegrass Half Marathon spun out of the chamber and went to the Children's Hospital. Well, I was able to get it back. I worked for Niswonger for a year and managed it, and then ended up taking it over. And so everything just sort of unfolded. And the Goose Chase actually came from a passage in the Circle Maker book. And there's the Celtic Christians have a term for the Holy Spirit. And when it's translated, it means wild goose. And basically, Mark Batterson was saying, if you're following God's lead or Holy Spirit's lead, it's like you're on a wild goose chase. You never know who you're going to meet, where you're going to go, what you're going to do, but it'll be anything but boring. And I was like, that is my life. And so through talking with some friends, I hired a designer, and the Goose Chase was started from that passage in that book. And everybody really thinks it's a race.
Right.
I'm like, no, it's just my life.
But it's a good, it plays out perfectly.
Yeah, yeah. So
And
it's been a cool journey, and we've gone through a lot with the years of COVID
uh-huh.
and coming out of COVID and being shut down and all the things. But you know, God provides. He still has me here 12 years later, and we just had our biggest turkey trot ever, 5,400 people, and
Yes.
and now I know we're going to talk about this in a minute, but uh, I've teamed up with the Santa Hustle National Race Series, and we're bringing that to Johnson City. And last week I was in Chicago helping them with the race. So, I mean, I do live a wild goose chase.
Right. You're letting the Holy Spirit just lead you.
If a door opens, I'm taking
Yeah.
it.
Isn't
So,
that cool?
yeah, it's really fun.
That is cool. I think it's, thank you for sharing the origin of that story because I loved reading The Circle Maker. It was awesome. And actually, Carly and I went to Ebenezer's.
Yeah.
And we were in DC, and I think Christian was with us, and he was probably 7 or 8 at this point. And we were like, hey, we should go to Ebenezer's and just check it out,
Yeah.
right? Well, we go, and Mark runs in for a minute just to do something. So we got to meet him too, and we were telling him, hey, we're friends with Mike Marion. And he was like, oh, yeah, and so it was just so cool and such a cool story. And so I think it's neat that you followed the Holy Spirit in naming the Goose Chase after him. And so I'm sure that's why part of the reason why you're thriving and doing so well, right?
Well, I got to give him all the glory because
Amen. Yeah.
it's a leap of faith almost every day.
Yeah.
You're an entrepreneur as well. And
yeah. You don't know where it's coming from or
it's
what's
not the
happening.
easiest thing.
No, it really isn't. But it's a lot of fun when you just
really
kind of let go and trust him.
Yeah.
All right. So tell us about kind of the number of events you handle every year. Kind of what does your organization look like? Or how many employees are with you? And
Well, it really varies. Day to day, it's me.
Gotcha.
I do have a part-time assistant.
Okay.
And then as we come to a race, I bring
Then
10
we
or
start
12
on-
people
yeah.
there to help with.
And like 100
course.
volunteers and stuff.
Yeah, we bring lots of volunteers as well. But I have about 10, 15 people that help me through the races itself.
Yeah.
And they'll set up the courses or help with packet pickup or manage the T-shirts or manage the volunteers, all sorts of different things that they do. And really, I mean, I'm not sure what I would do without them. They're a great team.
Yeah, it is. It's a lot of fun. I mean, the things you guys do, like we do the turkey trot every year. It's on Thanksgiving if you aren't aware of that. And this year there were over 5,000 people registered. And then there are people like us who just show up.
Colin.
We
should say that to the race director. I'm just saying.
I just had to come clean, Karen.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, I had to get that off my chest.
I appreciate that.
And I didn't get a medal or a T-shirt, so.
But
but I wonder how many people do what we do. And
we call people like you bandits.
Bandits. How many bandits do you think are there?
I'd say 500 or more. Yeah.
Oh, at least.
Yeah.
I was thinking.
There's been times where we've, we plan these things.
Right.
So, we order medals back in June or July, and we just had to guess how many we're going to have.
Right.
But, we had to plan we look at numbers, we look at percentages, all the things. But one year, I think it's 2019, we had plenty enough medals, but there were so many bandits there, and we used to give them out after. If you're watching this race, you know exactly this podcast, you know exactly where I'm going with this. But we used to give medals out at the end of the race.
Yeah.
And people loved it. And again, in 2019, we had plenty based off of our registration and how we ordered. We ran out. I had people saying some unpleasant things to me. And also Vice Mayor Jenny Brock's involved. And the two of us got the most heated conversations with people. And so the two of us had to literally go around and just, if we had the family of 10, just say, hey, do all 10 of you need a medal? And can we share with others? And so we're able to pull some, but we end up ordering more, but people love their medals. They love the T-shirt. And so it, for planning purposes, it helps if you do register.
Yes.
And also we give back. We've given back well over $300,000 back to the community. So
that's awesome.
We help pay for the Tweetsie Trail. We've helped pay for Tannery Knobs. There used to be a program called Morning Mile that we gave to, walking trails around nonprofits like Michael Marion's Rise Up.
Yeah.
But we've done some parks. We do a variety of different things. And we, of course, give back directly to the schools. But it's very important for people to register. And so that's our biggest one. We had well over 5,400. And then we have 3 half marathons. We have bluegrass again, as I mentioned earlier.
When is that?
That is the last Sunday of September.
Okay.
We created about 3 or 4 years ago Music and Miles that we do in Elizabethton. And then we have the haunted half, which is around Halloween in Kingsport. And if you do all three, it's part of our trifecta series. So
I
there's
didn't
about
know
150 people that do all three races.
And they're all or no, one's a half marathon.
All three of those are half marathons.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's a
so
lot.
They run, I don't know what, I should know that, but 36 miles or something, I guess, for the whole year.
With the whole thing. Right. Yes. Because it's 20.
Yeah.
Something.
39. Math.
Yes. 26.2, right, is a marathon or 4.
13.1 times 3.
13.1 times 3. There you go. So you got it.
Yeah. We have a race called the S'mores Run, which is extremely popular.
Yes.
And we're taking that to Knoxville, Townsend, and then looking at some other cities for 2026.
Yeah.
So we're going to see how that goes and see what doors open. And there's been a few already open. So we're going to just go through the door and see where it takes us. But so we're going to expand our S'mores race series.
That's cool.
And then we do.
Is that on the Tweetsie Trail as well?
Johnson City's Tweetsie Trail.
Yeah, we did that one time. It was so much fun.
It is fun.
Yeah.
And our biggest thing is we like to throw a party at the end.
Right.
So we have all forms of marshmallow, graham crackers, and chocolate, all the fire pits, games, music. It's a lot of fun.
That's cool.
It's a lot of fun. We do a Star Wars themed race around on May the 4th.
May the 4th be with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I went to Universal Studios one time and all those people were dressed as Harry Potter. And I was like, there's a race in this. So we created a Harry Potter race.
Oh, that's funny.
And then, of course, we have Jingle, which is our Christmas race, and now Santa Hustle. And we do a race around St. Patrick's Day with the Ronald McDonald House. And so they'll have close to 1,000 people do that to celebrate St. Patrick's Day. And then we do some other stuff with Ballad. We do a glow run, just a variety of different things.
Are you tied in with Girls on the Run at all? Do you help them at all?
I love Angela.
Yeah.
But we are not part of that.
Okay. Gotcha.
But we do help them and support them if they need us. And so we like to get together and talk shop sometimes.
Sure.
And, what do you do for this? What do you do for that? But it's a great organization and they do a great job. And they actually feed our program. So we want them to succeed.
Yeah. You got all kinds of runners around town. They're all there's a big tribe of them, I would say, right? And they all kind of do all the races, it seems like.
And we actually have a lot of walkers too. Some of our themed races, it's about 50-50.
Yeah.
You have your hardcore runners, but then you have your walkers, and then you have the people that just want to set a goal and achieve it. And they all do that as well. But we do have a lot of walkers. We actually have a walking program all over Northeast Tennessee, Abingdon, Luntville, Gray, Johnson City, Kingsport, Bristol, Elizabethton, and we have ambassadors. So we have about 12, 14 ambassadors that lead weekly walks through those communities. And so if you just want to get off the sofa and just start exercising, we have a group for you. And
that's cool.
And it's really, each day, each group is different. So they'll see what the group wants to walk, and they might do a mile, they might do 3 miles. You never know, but it's just a very low key kind of deal, and it's free.
How do listeners find out about that?
On our website, we have all this information, but you'll look under our walking challenges.
Is that the goosechase.com?
.org.
.org.
.org, yes.
.org, because you are organized. Talk to us a little bit about putting on a race. Maybe one of our listeners here is thinking about like, I live in Timbuktu or Missoula, wherever. And they're like, we want to put on a race. What are some of the things that they should start thinking through on as a race professional? What would you encourage them?
Call the Goose Chase and hire us.
Can you go anywhere to help?
Yeah, of course.
So you'll go anywhere in the country and put on a race.
Yeah.
How cool is that?
Yeah. I've been asked to go to Alaska, Vermont, South Carolina. I've been asked to come everywhere, but you got to work out some logistics and stuff. And when we were actually asked to go to Alaska to do a marathon, and then COVID hit and shut it down. But yeah.
So what would be the next step since if you can't make it? And they got to do it on their own.
Well, I mean,
like, are there a lot of yous around the country that will help put on races for people? Like, if I had an organization, because it's a great fundraiser at times, right?
It is.
You're a nonprofit and you're wanting to start one.
Yeah, I get a lot of calls from nonprofits.
Sure,
and, they want to host a 5K.
Yeah,
I will say that 5Ks are more expensive than people realize, and so there's some other. If you just strictly want to raise money for your nonprofit, if you are good at selling sponsorships, yes, do a 5K.
Yeah.
But if your board is not that strong at that skill, you might want to consider something else just because.
Because the registrations aren't going to, I mean, you got a T-shirt cost, you got a medal cost.
Your T-shirts cost you, your medals. Most races time people. It's not a must, but most do.
Sure.
And the ones that are more well attended are timed.
Right.
So that timing group they have a fee.
Yeah.
If you were to do a race in Johnson City, they have like 12 courses that they've ordained to be courses, and they're going to try to steer you to those. Well, each one of those courses, majority of those courses require police officers.
I was going to say, you got to shut down streets.
So there's a fee there. There's a fee a lot of times to the city to help with cones and barricades and that sort of thing. EMS is a cost. I mean, there's a lot of fees involved.
Bananas at the end.
Yeah.
You got like everything.
Yeah,
it all adds up.
Yeah, but we have one of our nonprofits that they're really good fundraisers, and they use it and they really do well.
Yeah,
they really do well. So, but it's sponsorships are key.
Gotcha.
You got to get businesses to help underwrite some of those costs.
Right.
There's your registrations that covers just the basics.
I think they're going to have the Maypop Media 5K coming out pretty soon.
Yeah.
Mitch can be the lead runner in that deal.
Oh my gosh, I already have an idea for you.
Ooh, I like it. How do you do the nonprofits choose you, or do you choose some nonprofits? And do you have like a matrix where you're like, yeah, that doesn't kind of fit into our box. We don't, that's something we maybe.
Most nonprofits reach out to me.
Okay.
Most organizations reach out to me. There has been times where we have a race that we want to find a nonprofit, and so I'll reach out to some group and say, "Hey, would you be willing to be our nonprofit of choice or whatever?" And through our races, each race is different, but we try to work it out where the nonprofit can make some money back. Obviously,
sure, that's why they're doing it, right? To raise money for that.
But from an organization standpoint, we want volunteers, so a lot of these nonprofits have access to many volunteers, so it could be a win-win.
Yeah, that's cool. What's been one of the like a major event in one of these races or something that just deeply impacted you? There was like a cool story you could share with our listeners if you have one that was like, oh man, this was really, really special. I mean, the wall, obviously, that story with that kid, but anything else?
Two things. When they ask me about the turkey trot, they always ask me my favorite part. I love telling people Happy Thanksgiving at the very end of the race. I love it. It's like our own Macy's Day Parade. I love it.
It really is awesome. And this year was really special.
Yes, it was. Yeah. 20th anniversary. Yeah.
20th anniversary. And then Mark Finucane, who's been on when you ordered medals this past, he was still around, but longtime board member, right, of the Goose Chase or the turkey trot.
Part of the conception of the turkey trot. Actually, almost everybody on the board, except for two, have been around since the beginning. All of us have. And
that's awesome.
We've became like our own little family, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, and then I think Mary was pushing. I saw her at the gym, and she was like, "We got to get 5,000 there. We got to get 5,000."
She did a good job.
She did. She
killed it. She killed it.
That little lady can race. Yeah, she can get some action going.
But I was back to your question. After the Haunted Half, and again, I do 3 half marathons. You do the trifecta. So we're like cleaning up, we're loading the trucks and all the things, almost everybody's gone, but a handful of people. And this guy comes up to me. He has all 3 of his medals. And he's like, "Hey, Karen." And honestly, I didn't recognize him at the time, but I was, "Hey." And he said, "I just want to let you know how much I appreciate this. You have no idea what you do means to my life." I said, "Oh, thank you so much." And he said, "I'm going to write you a letter." I said, "Okay, I look for." So I'm like going through my mind, like, what is the letter going to be about? Anyway, I got the letter last week.
Ooh.
And he does some backcountry rescue. He's part of a group. And he was, according to this letter, somebody was going to possibly pass away from a diabetic shock out in the middle of nowhere. And it was during Hurricane Helena weekend. So it was that same weekend. And so he and that group were going to save this person's life. And I guess he just felt winded. He didn't feel like he was going to make it. So he stopped to get some water or whatever. The other team left him, and he had questions like, "Can I make it?" And so his 3 options were to turn back, go back to the car, sit there and wait for them, or go on. And he thought the safest thing for him was just to go back to the car and just wait for the crew there. So he did that. Well, it really bothered him that he was to that part, physically he was to that position. And he's like, "I should be out there with my team." And it just really mentally just affected him.
Yeah.
And so he started going to the gym, started going to all the local gyms, and, just got on the treadmill and started doing all that, and had this thought like, "Hey, I should do a 5K, So he found a 5K online and then did the turkey trot. I guess it would be last year turkey trot. And then he's like, well, I've done this. I need to do a half marathon. So he looked up half marathons, found our series, did all 3. And just through that, just going to the races and doing them, it changed his life. And so he basically wrote me this letter, telling me this whole story, thanking me. And then the very last paragraph, which had me in tears, I'll be honest with you, he said, I hope you know what you do for a living really does affect people. And you're changing lives,
Mhm.
and probably no one's telling you this. And so when you're filling up the water cups, or you're marking the course, or you're ordering T-shirts, and he went through almost everything we do. I'm like, does he know what I do for a living? Because he named every bit of it. He's like, just remember that you are changing lives, and I'm sure you have a why you do what you do.
Yeah.
And my why, that's it.
Yeah.
I'm not much of a runner myself, but I love to put them on.
Yeah.
But all the stories I've heard about people that were battling diabetes or
Sure.
heart disease or whatever it is, and they've used our races to get motivated. And I've heard stories after stories about people like, I don't even want to do it. And then they experience one of our races, and our races are different than most races. I mean,
Mhm.
we try to throw a party.
There's a lot of energy.
Yeah, we try to throw a party, and so they have so much fun. And I've had people meet their best friends. I've had people meet their spouses. I mean,
Aw.
it's really been a cool just journey, and just being a part of it's just truly incredible.
That's super cool. I mean, I think you probably had it in the back of your mind, but when somebody validates that, that feels really good, and just kind of goes. You put you like a little pat on the back, like, yes, I am.
Yeah, well,
I am making changes, and I mean,
in business, sometimes we hear all the negatives.
no, what are you talking
So
about?
it's like, does
Nah.
anybody care? Then you get that letter, and you're like, oh my gosh, it is awesome.
It is awesome, and yeah. So if somebody's impacted you, I think just taking the minute and writing a letter, or a note, or
Or text
something.
message.
Text
I've
message,
saved
even.
several text messages.
Yeah, just send something that says, "Hey, you know what? I really, really appreciate you, and here's why." Because when you put words to why, it really goes a lot further. It
Yeah.
makes it feel a lot more special. So that's really cool.
Yeah.
Well, I hope that fella's listening,
I know.
and we want to say thank you, sir,
Yes,
for
thank you.
making my friend Karen feel really good. So what are some of the goals for the Goose Chase? Like, where are you headed? Where are we going with this thing?
Yeah, well,
I mean, it sounds like to me you could almost like have multiple people going all over the country all the time, setting up races all over the place if you wanted to get crazy.
yeah, well, there's a part of me that does want to do that.
Okay.
I always want to have a global business, and during COVID, I was global in a way. I had people in Canada doing races for us. I wasn't there, but
Right.
virtually they were
Yeah.
doing races all over the world.
Yeah.
I had a guy from the beaches of Italy
Oh.
do one of our virtual races, and he sent me a map of where it was right there on the beach. I'm like, I
Oh,
wanna be
that's
there.
awesome. Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. The registration fee basically paid the shipping for his stuff. I'm like, business-wise, I'm not sure that was
That's
the
right.
wisest
Yeah.
thing, but for me personally, it was really cool.
Yeah, that is super cool.
But I want to take the s'mores run to some other areas. It's just a fun race. It's
Yeah.
just so family friendly. People bring their strollers and their dogs and all the things, and they just have fun. And the world's just crazy, and if I can just bring some joy and laughter to people's lives,
and
it's
health,
awesome.
right? I
Yeah,
mean, they're doing
yeah.
something healthy.
Yeah.
There's so much to be said for being outside. I mean, none of your races are inside, right? Unless I
no.
guess you could do like a treadmill thing across the country.
Virtually, you can.
That's kind of crazy, but yeah, there's just so many things that's good
Yeah.
about what you're doing. The community, the camaraderie, the health, it's cool.
Yeah, I would love for my half marathons to be bigger half marathons.
Right.
Who knows? In Turkey Trot, 10,000 now is our next, right?
Is that the next goal? Yeah.
I would say 6,000 or 7,000 is our next goal, but 10,000 is on the horizon for sure.
Sure. Yeah.
And then take the s'mores to some other areas.
Uh-huh.
That's probably the main races I'd like to focus on. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you have a favorite race that you do?
I love all the races I do. No, just kidding.
That's yeah, very diplomatic.
I do love them all. They all have their different characteristics. The s'mores is probably one of my favorites. I do enjoy, my taxes are a lot of marshmallows, chocolate, and graham crackers. My CPA's like, what in the world?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
That's what we bought. I mean, we bought $20,000 worth of this stuff.
Yeah, we do a Christmas race I mentioned earlier, Jingle. And
yeah, let's talk about the jingle.
It's, it'll be
The Jingle Bell 5K?
Yeah, it'll be before our podcast comes out, but
Okay.
it's this coming week.
Oh,
But,
nice.
yeah, but it's like that Hallmark kind of setting,
Yeah.
and so it's at nighttime with all the Christmas lights. So
Is
it's
it,
a lot of fun.
is it downtown?
It's King Commons, Founders Park, but then so it's on Thursday. It's on Thursday.
Okay.
And then on the 20th of December, we have the Santa Hustle.
Oh, yeah.
Which also has that same just fun feel, Christmas feeling, and everybody dresses up in their tutus and their Santa hats, and it's fun. It's a good time.
What's the course for that one?
We're gonna do that. We're gonna start and finish inside the Doughboy Stadium.
Okay.
And we're gonna be on the Tweetsie Trail.
Okay.
So they're gonna go. We have a 10K and a 5K version, and
Then
then
go
a
down
1K
and
for
back.
kids. Yeah.
Yeah.
We try to do a different course, and this was sort of a late installment to our schedule.
Right.
And just due to already people's Christmas schedules and different things, we couldn't make it work on the streets. So we went to the trail,
There you
and
go.
it'll be good. The Tweetsie Trail's amazing course, amazing layout.
That's beautiful.
And yeah, it's beautiful. And people that aren't part of our race, that they're gonna see all these Santas. I mean, they'll be like, "Where?"
What's going on? Yeah.
It's gonna be fun.
We picked the wrong day to walk
Yeah.
the Tweetsie Trail today.
Yeah, so we look forward to working with Patrick and Caitlin and James and all the people in the city that's going to help us put this on. And but the majority of the function will be inside the stadium.
Yeah.
It'll be fun.
I remember, how long ago has it been since the Tweetsie Trail got open? I mean, it's been what, 7 years maybe?
Yeah, you're probably
Somewhere in there. Do you remember like how that got started? I mean, I remember just like
It's
some
probably
pizza
about 10 or 11 years ago.
It's probably a little longer, yeah.
Because I had already started the Goose Chase at that point.
Well,
and they had a race where they started from Elizabeth and they came to, I think they started Elizabeth and came to Mora Park Community Center or something.
yes, and I've had boys that were on little bikes, and we learned the hard way that we should start in Elizabethton, because we started in Johnson City, and you're kind of coasting. It's kind of a negative grade down to Elizabethton, right? It's downhill to Elizabethton, but so we turn around and they're like, we're coming back, and they're like, we're tired, and so I remember like pushing two bike, carrying a bike, carrying a kid, trying to get up the hill. It was just, I was like, next time we're parking down at the bottom.
Yeah.
And that way they can coast all the way home. So, yeah, it's probably been at least 10 years ago.
I think it was called the Tweetsie Trek was the race that they did.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And the reason why I thought it was about the time we started is because we just signed a contract with the Turkey Trot. And so we made a sign to put your head in, said birds of a feather flock together, and it was the turkey and the goose.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Are there, and the cool thing too, are there any age brackets that you can't, like, anybody can come to these things? Anybody can come.
Anybody can come.
What's the oldest person you've had? Do you know?
We just had a 98-year-old person do the Turkey Trot.
Dude.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Listen to this story. So this lady, I don't know, there was four people in the 90 age group, okay? And I'm not sure which one it was.
Yeah.
There was like a 92, 94, I think a 96, 98, I think.
That's awesome.
But one lady ran into Jenny Brock.
Yeah.
Jenny was engaged in conversation, and she said that she was diagnosed with MS. And she did all the different things, and the doctor said, we've done all we can do. You're not going to be able to walk. I'm so sorry. But she's like, I'm not going to let that stop me. And so she said, I'm going to prove him wrong.
Yeah.
So she got her walker out and started walking around the living room, and then around to the kitchen, around the whole house. She did the Turkey Trot. 90-some years old.
No walker. She just did it.
No walker.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. Mind over matter.
Well, and moving your body around.
Yeah.
I had another friend who, MS, works out all the time, fit as I mean, like, nope, I'm not, let's basically said, diet and exercise, I'm not letting this affect me.
Yep.
Pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. Okay. So we got 2 races coming up. One's going to be happening before this comes out, but then we've got the
Santa
Hustle.
Yeah.
And you can register it online with, is that a different website for that one?
Technically, you will go to eventually to a different website. If you go to our schedule and hit the link,
it'll take you to,
yeah.
And that's a national one, right?
It is it's part of a national series.
Okay.
So this past weekend, as I mentioned, we're in Chicago.
Yeah.
This coming weekend, they were in Chicago, Milwaukee last weekend. This weekend, they're in Indianapolis, Detroit, Orlando, Roseville, California.
How many do they put on?
I think it's like a dozen. And then next year, they're wanting to expand it.
And have like 100 of them.
Yeah. So they're talking to us about maybe helping them expand it.
That's cool. Would it be on the same day all across the country?
They do it all. They do it.
Or I guess not, because they're doing different weekends.
There's like 3 I guess 3 weeks before Christmas, and so every weekend's gonna be chock full with different Santa hustles all over the United States.
That's cool.
Yeah. The last one they have, is so ours is on the 20th, and then Galveston, Texas on the 21st.
Okay.
And that's their biggest. They have like 4,000 some people to do it. So,
That's
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's so much
What's
fun.
interesting is so Randy Schooley is the owner, her and her husband Graham. And so she was like, yeah, I got the Santa Claus for our race. And so she was showing him me. She's asked me, do I know him? And it's actually the mall Santa Claus. So yeah. So if you go to the mall, and that's the one that's coming, but what was cool about it is she was showing me the different Santas from the different areas.
Oh, that's cool.
And it is hilarious how these Santas take on different personalities in every state they're in.
You're like, that Santa's a little different.
Yeah. So the Chicago was like, I mean, it was almost like the Macy's Day Parade or Miracle on 34th Street kind of Santa. I mean, he was almost magical the way he walked, his presence and his posing and all the things. I was like, he's good. Yes. And then, of course, John C's our mall. But then she showed me Austin, Texas.
Where they're keeping it weird.
He had short hair, small beard, and he pulls out his blue guitar and starts strumming Jingle Bells or something.
Oh, that's hilarious.
And then they're going to be in Orlando, but Margaritaville.
Oh, yeah.
They're resort there, and I think that Santa was like a little bit Jimmy Buffett kind of
style. Yeah, a little honorarium to him. That's funny. I remember growing up, there was a guy at our church, Jack Davis, who he was the mall Santa, and I always enjoyed seeing him. So that brought back a good memory. Thank you for that. Thank you. Yeah.
There's a married couple at University Parkway.
Oh.
And they look just like, they dress up.
Just like it.
I can't remember their name. Scott and Teresa, I think's her name.
Okay.
But they used to be over the children's department or something at church. Anyway, they look identical to the way you see on TV. Yeah.
That is awesome. Yeah. Okay. For listeners who might want to get involved with the Goose Chase, help volunteer, help hand out bibs and packages. Yeah. Where do they go?
You can always go to our website.
Okay.
thegoosechase.org. Org, yes.
O-R-G.
Yeah. We have tons of social media platforms that, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, all the things.
Just put
Flickr.
in the Goose Chase,
the Goose Chase, yeah.
Not the Wild Goose Chase. I've got Mark Batterson in the brain, but and it'll come up.
Yeah, or if they just want to email us.
Okay.
info@thegoosechase.org.
Okay. Yeah. How far out do you need to let you know that they want to be involved?
We will take people the day of.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Obviously, earlier the better.
Yeah.
Helps us plan, but they can just walk up to the race and help us out if they want. So.
Do you need like a donut tester, like at the end? Because, I think I saw thousands of boxes it looked like.
There was.
Hey, this bandit did need a donut, just letting you know.
You should have, because we had plenty left over.
Really? Because we looked around. We were kind of looking around there all going. We were like, oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, you messed with the wrong table, because there was plenty.
I got you.
And we never have them left over.
No.
So I'm like, what is
going on?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's good to know. Next time I'll look a little harder. I'll come find you. You got any donuts? And I'll register next year. Yes, ma'am.
We appreciate that.
Well, I think for us, you don't think about the impact that the registration fee does have on the city. And so I apologize to the city and to you.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Glad to do it. All right. Anything I forgot to ask you about before we wrap it up? Anything that you were like, oh, I wanted to talk about this, or I want to share about that? Anything special?
We shared a lot.
We did.
Yeah.
We could hit the lightning round. You ready for that?
Sure.
All right. Where's your favorite place to get a cup of coffee in town?
I don't drink coffee.
Okay.
Chai latte is what my jam is.
Okay.
Stillwater's.
Yeah.
Stillwater's
and Gray. Yeah.
They got a great chai.
That's such a special place. It's neat up there.
And I really like Fearless coffee.
Okay.
Shop.
Yeah.
I like the story behind it. I just think the word fearless just draws me in.
Yeah. Right.
And they have really good food. They have a really good peanut butter cookie.
Ooh.
Golly, I love peanut butter cookies.
Really?
They're probably the best I've ever had.
Yeah.
That's not been, of course, homemade.
Hey, when you write your letter, make a peanut butter cookie and send it with it to Ken.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Where's your favorite place to get a burger?
My favorite burger, probably the Label.
Yeah.
Squawking Goat is one of my favorites.
That is good. With the jam and the
That's a good one.
Goat cheese, that's good. Where's your go-to pizza joint?
I do love some Greg's Pizza, but I don't really eat a lot of Greg's Pizza.
Right.
But I do love it.
I'll have it like once a year maybe. I usually don't have it. Somebody else has gotten it. I'm like, oh yeah, Greg's Pizza. I forget about it.
My family grew up that was like our thing.
Yeah.
We do a half ham, a half hamburger, and onion.
Oh, wow.
That's, like half the family liked one or the other.
Yeah.
That was one of our favorites. I eat a lot of Cootie Brown's pizza.
I do too. It's
And
so
then
good.
Johnny Brusco's sometimes. I like just an old-fashioned Johnny Brusco's.
Sim's Pizza's good too. They have
Yeah,
dollar
they
slice
have good
nights on
ones.
Monday night.
Yeah,
Yep,
that is
that's
a
a
good
good one. Let's see. What's your just go-to restaurant? What do you like? Give your go-to restaurant.
Oh my gosh, this is the question every Friday night we have. Where are we going?
Where are we going?
I want to say that Timber has blown me away.
See, everybody on here
The
says Timber.
taste,
Yeah,
the flavor profile is amazing.
isn't that cool?
It's really good.
Yeah,
It's
they
really,
change.
really good.
They've got some interesting things
Yeah.
they pair
I
together.
don't go there a lot, but I do love it when I do go.
Yeah,
I've always been a Firehouse person.
same. You gotta
And
give Tom a shout out.
Yeah, I do like that. And they have a good burger.
They do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They have a lot of good things.
so good.
Yeah.
We've got a lot of great restaurants around.
We do.
Yeah,
I do
That's-
Aubrey's sometimes too. I do there, but it's sort of like a chain.
they have like a
in way.
Monday burger and beer thing. I
Yeah.
think it's a really good
It's good.
deal. Yeah,
Good.
and it is good. That's a
Yeah.
good call. And then what are you doing for Christmas? What do you guys like to do?
That is a good question. I'm not really sure. Family dynamics have changed a little bit. I lost my father a couple of years ago, and so things shift.
It does. It does
traditions
change over
shift.
time. Yeah.
And it falls on a Thursday, which is sort of interesting,
right.
And then New Year's Eve is what?
The next Thursday or
Yeah.
something.
So
yeah.
But I go to Knoxville generally is what I
Gotcha.
normally do. And this might be a controversial comment, but we normally go to a ball game, and I don't know. I was really thrilled to going to Music City Bowl. Just being honest,
It's right up there. I mean, it's right up there with the.
I feel like we should do what Notre Dame did. Be like, I'm sorry.
Did they back out? They didn't.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I didn't hear
Yeah.
that.
They backed out of the Pop Tart Bowl or something.
That just doesn't align with us.
I know, but anyway, we
eat a
normally
lot
go
of
to a ball
Pop-Tarts,
game,
but we don't. Yeah.
just going to. We love Nashville,
Yeah.
but just the Music City. We've gone to some really cool bowl games,
Yeah.
and when you go to those other ones and go to Music City, it's
Right.
It's night and day. It's like
Gotcha.
going to a high school game versus a college game.
Kind of like
No
one
offense
of
to
these.
Music City Bowl.
Well, it's kind of like one of
you
those
could up your game a
little, small 5Ks or a
Yeah.
Goose Chase 5K.
Yeah,
you can go
absolutely.
right. I mean,
Absolutely.
come on, we're gonna go big.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so
Thank you so
much
much.
for coming on the podcast. Thanks
Yeah.
for doing all you do. You are changing lives in amazing ways,
You're very
and
kind.
just
Thank
it's
you.
always so much fun to see you in your element, just like running around like a wild person, taking care of all kinds of stuff. And yeah, you do a lot of great things for our city, and just thank you for
Thank you.
that, and thank you for changing people's lives, and keep doing it. And let me know if Carly and I can help you in any way. And
Absolutely.
sign up, volunteer, get with Karen, get on the goosechase.org and register for all these runs. You're going to be a lot healthier. You're going to love giving your time away to help serve too, and keep doing it till you're like 98, like that lady.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I hope I'm retired by then.
Yeah.
Traveling the world.
Till next time, I'm Colin Johnson with the Colin and Carly Group and Keller Williams Realty. If you want to move here and run in all these races, I'd love to help you find a great house. Or if you want to invest in real estate, Karen, you can do that. We manage your property. You don't have to even worry about it. We got it covered. So click on the link below for more info, and we'd love to help you. Thanks so much, and have a great day.